I know you mentioned before the Seattle game something about Demiris that you like is the complementary skills that her and AB can provide. Is that something you can, teach or ingrain in other players who are not filling in for Demiris, or is that something innate about her that now you have to work in different ways with your front court rotation?
I think it's just something innate about her. I mean, her ability to stretch the floor, what she brings to the table as a pick and pop threat, while still maintaining the physicality of being able to defend bigger, stronger offensive players. So we won't get the same looks that we have with Didi on the floor, but putting together rotations that can give us different kind of looks while still keeping the floor spaced for AB is going to be important.
You anticipate BT getting a lot of that time in the short term?
Yeah, I think her and KK. I think both of them will be able to get good opportunities right now, being able to come in and make an impact. I thought Breezy did a really good job for us on the road, particularly defensively. I mean, she's a veteran. She's been around. She understands player tendencies, and she's also always ready to roll, and for KK, I think it's an opportunity for her to get some minutes as well and get out and get some experience.
Yeah, just with Caitlin out, you're down to 9 available players, and it's the first day of a back-to-back. Just what are you doing to try and manage minutes and make sure, your starters don't get overused?
Well, I think in game it's not going to be as much about managing minutes as positioning us to win the ball game. If we're in a position where we can do that, then we will. I think more so, yesterday being off physically and having more of a mental day and coming in today and making sure that we just highlight the high level stuff. Not overload them, so to speak, from a mental standpoint. Highlight high level stuff. Get some shots up. It's more so about what we're doing outside of game right now, and we got to save their bodies.
Do you feel that with all the sudden change, because it's all come together at the same time, a little bit of injury, people leaving, that you are in an experimental stage with the lineup at all?
Not really. I think anytime you lose a player like Caitlin that's going to be out of the lineup, you definitely have to adjust things. Fortunately for us, the timing of having Ari back helps with that because she has been in the system. She does understand what we want out of the system. And the last time she was here, I think Caitlin was out as well. So, for us, having that familiarity is really good. And it's also going to look a little bit different without Didi, just because of our spacing, because of our timing. We don't have to reinvent from a lineup standpoint. I just think we have to focus on utilizing our players in a different way.
What's the current understanding with Caitlin and how long she may or may be out? What's the latest with that?
Just day to day. It depends on a lot of her rehab and therapy and strength training and how that goes. Right now, it's just day to day.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Obviously, Michaela and Natasha have that FSU connect. How have you seen their bond impacted Michaela's personal growth this season?
I think it's huge. I covered a lot of ACC games and a lot of KK's games throughout the course of her career, and Brooke Wyckoff, her coach at Florida State, played for me in Chicago, and we have a really good relationship. And Tosh, throughout her time, KK's time at Florida State, has been a mentor for her. She's been someone that has connected with her, that's communicated with her, and it's been fortuitous that they're both here together, and she can help Michaela learn how to be a pro. Every day she's engaged in practice. Every day she's working with our player development coach, Keith Porter, to get better. And she has the roadmap right in front of her. And they have such a unique relationship that I think it's going to continue to help her grow in tremendous ways.
One of the things we talked about when Caitlin's in there when she's not is the offense and what it looks like. Do you try to do a blend of that, or do you go back to what it was while she was out?
I think we try to do a blend of that, with Ari, and you're not going to get some of the same looks that you get because of the gravity that Caitlin brings on the floor. And she's the top of everybody's scouting report, so she draws multiple bodies all the time. So I think we continue to try to do a blend of it. We found some success in some of the actions that we ran out west, and so we'll look at some of those as well. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for us is we've got to continue to set the tone on the defensive end, and then we've got to be able to get out and transition off of that defense.